Rivian, GM, Ford, all down in early trading for various different reasons, between 6 and 8%. Our Phil LeBeau has the latest on all of them. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Mike, let's start first off with Rivian because this is getting the most chatter this morning, announcing a major recall, which compared to other recalls, relative to other recalls, it's not a huge deal. Relative to what it means about confidence in Rivian and its ability to ramp up manufacturing beyond where they are right now, well, it raises more questions. Here's the recall. They're recalling nearly every model that has been delivered since they began production last year. They're checking or repairing a steering fastener. It's important to note that there are no injuries, no major accidents that have been reported because of this potential issue. But CEO R.J. Scaringe did send out a note to Rivian owners saying if you experience excessive noise, vibration, or harshness from the front suspension or a change in steering performance or feel, you should call immediately. And they believe they can fix this within the next 30 days. But as I mentioned, the real issue here is going to be what investors think about the ability of Rivian to ramp up production. Remember, they missed their production numbers last year, producing just over 1,000 vehicles. So far this year, just over 14,000. They're sticking with their guidance of building 25,000 vehicles this year, though there are more than a few on Wall Street who are questioning if they can get to that level. As you take a look at Rivian shares since the IPO last November, I should reiterate again, they say that they believe that they can either check or, if needed, repair the steering fastener issue within the next 30 days. So in terms of nuts and bolts, not to be playing on words, it's not a huge deal. In terms of what it makes people think about Rivian, that is a bigger question, and clearly investors today pushing the shares down, what, about 8.6%. So there is certainly some questions that are lingering out there following this recall.
Yes, and Phil did also want to get to you on Adam Jonas over at Morgan Stanley, cut his price target, his delivery estimates on Tesla. Now that stock is actually a little bit above the flat line right now, but it's had a tough run. Seems as if he's kind of coming a little closer to where consensus might already be. He was a little more aggressive on the bullish side.
I think you're right. Look, he has cut his delivery forecast from 1.37 million vehicles this year down to 1.31 million vehicles. Now, that may not sound like a huge reduction in the number of vehicles delivered, but what Adam Jonas is saying is the headwinds that Tesla is facing, which he's talked about, he thinks that perhaps this is going to linger for a while, and this is where you see an impact both in terms of deliveries as well as in margins and what kind of impact that might have in the third and the fourth quarter.
Phil, we've seen higher oil prices, and mind you, they've come down since the beginning of summer. Now they're starting to creep back up. Yeah. There was this investment thesis that that's going to push more consumers toward electric vehicles, but we've seen the prices of electric vehicles continue to increase, too. This is something that Jonas talks about in his note, this idea of if Tesla is experiencing demand destruction. But then I even think about the F-150 Lightning from Ford. I mean, 30% price increases since it was introduced to the market. Is there a point at which, do we even know yet, the point at which consumers who would be looking to go to EVs are just going to say, no, this is just too expensive for me right now?
Oh, I'm sure there's a point, Morgan, but we don't know where that is right now. Let's take the F-150 Lightning. Yes, the price is up 30% compared to when they first announced it would come in at just under $40,000. Now it's at $53,000, the base model. So you're looking at that and you're saying, well, that's a 30% increase. Keep in mind, those who have placed reservations already, and they've capped it at this point, they're locked into those lower prices, some at $47,000, some at $39,000, depending on when they place their reservation. But you hit on a key point here. There does come a point where somebody says, am I willing to spend $55,000, $60,000, $65,000 for an electric vehicle? And am I doing that because of high gas prices, or am I doing it because it's a vehicle I really want?
Yeah. Key questions. We're going to watch how all of this continues to unfold as earnings do start to get underway. Phil LeBeau, thank you. Always great to get your insights.